John couldn't understand why the CEO and a few other board members wanted to cancel the annual planning retreat. Things were going well. The CEO had recently led the merger of two departments and increased effectiveness and efficiencies in both areas. The staff were all working hard, and last year was successful on many counts. As board chair, John found himself in an awkward position. He was convinced that it was essential for the organization to plan further into the future, yet realized that pushing against the resistance of some prominent leaders could come across as overbearing and counterproductive. Perhaps you've encountered a similar scenario where people seemed unwilling to plan for the future or were frustrated by the planning process. There may be many reasons for people's resistance to planning. We have discovered that a major issue is that they have not dealt adequately with the past. Successes deserve to be acknowledged and celebrated. Disappointments need to be expressed. People benefit from time to intellectually and emotionally honor the past. Only when we have dealt with the past will some people look toward the future. Acknowledging the past is an important step in planning for the future. What can you do? Encourage your board to fulfill its duty of directing the organization by 1. Include a time of reflection on the past in your planning process. 2. List past accomplishments or failures early in the process. 3. Discuss whether additional actions should be taken to either celebrate or mourn the past. Perhaps a reception with staff is warranted to celebrate a special success. A symbolic gesture can be helpful when dealing with a painful past. For example, you can have everyone write down their feelings about the painful past on a piece of loose leaf paper. Then crumple up and throw the paper out or burn it to signify your resolve to put it behind you and make a fresh start. 4. Once the past has been dealt with, move on and together plan the desired future for your organization. Looking back or looking forward. Terry sighed with frustration. The monthly financial statements circulated at the community center board meeting were little use to him. Without either a budget or prior year comparison, he had no context with which to assess them. On the positive side, there was a year-to-date surplus, but he couldn't tell whether the reports were on a cash or accrual basis, so even that figure didn't tell him much. Across town as January prepared for the next industry association board meeting, he reflected on the cash basis statements. While an operating loss was recorded, accompanying notes reminded board members of the seasonality of the organization's revenue streams. He made a mental note to inquire whether the existing bank balance would be sufficient to cover expenses until the revenue started to flow in. He also wanted year-over-year membership numbers as a leading indicator of future revenue. With this information, he could confirm there would be no future financial surprises. It appeared expenses were being managed within budget and accounts receivable had not increased appreciably year-over-year. Still, he was concerned that unless there was a concerted effort to either generate new revenues or cut expenses, they may have to scale back their tentative anniversary celebration budget for next year. He could see an interesting board discussion shaping up for next week. What can you do? In order to be able to reflect on organizational performance, you need the right information in a timely manner. Communicate to staff your desire that they attach a budget variance report and other notes so predictable questions are answered in the pre-meeting package, thus saving time during the meeting. To help your board do a better job of reflecting on organizational performance, suggest that board members highlight one financial success and one question to be addressed during the ensuing board meeting. After discussing this feedback, then jointly consider the impact the financial results will have on the future of the organization.